Hi folks, welcome back to the Hoard. Look at that, we even got green lights on. You guys remember I bought that powered hacksaw at the flea market, and for those of you who haven't seen it, real quick I'll show it to you and try not to kill myself going down these steps here. So I bought this powered hacksaw, and it works, right? It cuts, but here's the blade from it. And if you look kind of down here, you can see the blade has a bit of a problem. So immediately I say, well, homeboy needs some hacksaw blades. Should not be that big a deal. So I go right out to eBay and said, yo, be wanting to buy some hacksaw blades. And you start scanning up and down and what do I want and what don't I want and so forth. And I wanted more teeth. Like these have 10 teeth and this has quite a bit less. If I had to guess, 6, maybe 8. So I wanted more teeth. So as I started scanning around, and I wanted more than one, obviously, right? Because if you buy one hacksaw blade and you break it, you're kind of screwed. And I wanted some decent ones. I really wanted some blades that would last. So I found these, right? 10 tooth, which is what I was after. 10 pieces, and they wanted $60 and another $15 to ship them, so $7.50 each. And they're the right size. I don't have to do anything to them or anything. And then I ran across these, which is what I actually bought, right? Made in America, welded, all that kind of stuff. The only thing wrong with these is they're a little bit too long. But when you could buy 10 of them for $3.50 each, instead of 10 of them for $7.50 each, which you're looking at $75 here, compared to $35 there, I'm like, I'd rather put a few minutes in and save the money. So what I did is I took the old blade, which I already managed to lose here somewhere. Good thing I bought new ones, eh? By the way, this is my life, putting things down, losing them, and spending the rest of the day looking for them. Oh, there we are. So anyway, I took the old blade, and I basically traced it so that, I could get the holes in the right place, and now it's time to drill the holes. Now I'm aware that this metal is pretty hard, so I started out and with the Harbor Freight bits, and I don't know, could you see my finger there? Yeah. See the big hole, or you see the little hole in the center, and then the big hole. Well, it took 2 of these bits to drill the little hole, which is 1/8 inch, and then I went up to 1/4 inch, and I couldn't drill it. I oiled it in the whole bit, and you can see, it was just kind of, and from the back, it was just kind of smoking, and it wouldn't go through. I guess if I pushed really, really hard, I might have got it to go through, or it might have broke off the bit. Then I can change the bit and start over again. So these bits, the ones I broke and smoked, they're the Harbor Freight stuff. Then I actually drilled the real hole, right? I used, this is the Hole Hog stuff. And I got it, probably made in the United States, all that great stuff. I gotta tell you, man, these things went through This tool steel, like butter, it just blew right through it. I guess I shouldn't call it, well, is it tool steel? I guess this is the cutting edge on a blade, and I guess it would be considered tool steel. Probably not the highest quality tool steel, but tool steel nonetheless. So I gotta tell you, it made it like easy, like piece of cake. So I gotta say, these Hole Hog bits are really, really good. I have a few sets of these Harbor Freight ones, and mostly I have them because you can buy them for, when you have the coupon, for $20. This small set, which is 1/16 up to a quarter by 1/16, this Hole Hog set is $25 delivered. So this thing is goes. It's by 1/16 and it goes all the way up to a 1/2 inch. Generally speaking, for a lot of the work I do, unless I'm doing some fabrication stuff, I find myself drilling one of two size holes. I'm either drilling an 1/8 inch hole, and then typically I follow it up with 1/4 inch. So if you're only going to buy 2 bits, I would buy multiple, and these once again are drill hogs, but I would buy multiple 1/4s and multiple 1/8s. It once again depends what kind of fabrication work you're doing and so forth. I also have the Hole Hog set, where they have the backwards drill bits. I believe I have them in here. Yeah, these are Hole Hogs also, and you can see, as a matter of fact, there's when I went to get that piece of pipe out, I left it right on the easy out. So these drills spin backwards, or if you want to use them, you go backwards. If you try to go forward, they just get hot, and eventually, if you lean on them hard enough, you'll break them. And then you can ask for new ones; they'll give you new ones for free. But you know, by the time you mail it back in and all that, if you start doing the math about what it costs, well, I guess you could pop it in just a 55-cent envelope and mail it back. So a new bit will cost you about 55 cents. Anyhow, yeah, these turn backwards, and the way this works is you drill a hole big enough in whatever you're trying to remove so that you can put the easy out in. And then when you're turning this, when you're turning it backwards, it bites, and as it's biting, and given that you're turning it counterclockwise, eventually you should spin out whatever the issue is, which I did in this case. You can see I spun that out. Yeah, I like the Hole Hog stuff. I've had good luck with the Hole Hog stuff, but for just drilling mild steel, the Harbor Freight stuff, like this stuff is soft. You could drill any of this easily. I mean, it gets a little fussier if you're trying to drill near a weld, perhaps, or someplace where they stamp the metal. Like, I don't know if feels like they stamped this out. They didn't drill this out or machine this out. Feels like they stamped it because it's got a burr in the back, so probably it banged through. It's kind of pushed in a little on this side and has a little bit of a burr in the back. So this is probably stamped. So if you're trying to drill near here, it might be a little harder, but the Harbor Freight stuff, the Warrior stuff, will work just fine. If you're trying to drill like where the welds are, I would go right to the right to the Hole Hog stuff. It says proudly made in the United States, and I think they are. I got a comment from one of my people, one of my subscribers, one of my people, like I have people. One of my subscribers wrote in that no way they're made in America, they're made in China. It just says they're made in America. I don't know. I mean, it says proudly made in America. I hope nobody. I don't know. Could you put that on there if it's not made in America? I hope it's made in America. I hope some Americans have some decent jobs. Anyway, folks, I want to thank you all for watching and commenting and subscribing. Please keep your feet down, keep your heads up, and get out there and enjoy all your days. Bye now, folks.